All right, hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the DinoZaurs podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
Wham bam, this is not a good jam. I'm David.
Or I guess we should all be Dino Rob and Dino Jen today. Dino David.
Dino.
Because they spent a whole 5 minutes coming up with the names on the show.
Well, presumably it's because they spent a whole 5 minutes coming up with the names for the toy line. I mean,
yes.
as I mentioned last week when we discussed that we were going to be doing this, DinoZaurs was, I assume since it was Bandai, that it was a toy line with a tie-in cartoon and not vice versa. They decided to sort of piggyback on, because, okay, this was Beast Wars was just wrapping up, Beast Machines was starting up at this point. They decided they wanted to sort of jump on that whole transforming robot dino animal bandwagon by using the two worst engineering features of any actual Transformers brand transforming toy: translucent plastic and chrome. And I will note that you can really tell in these animation models that this was translucent plastic and chrome, because they render it very, very faithfully. So yeah, this was a toy line. It got released in America. It got released in Japan. It wasn't successful either place. Good job, Bandai. It was, Saban, because Saban was basically at the time shoveling everything they could get onto Fox Kids. They rounded up their usual suspects voice cast and dubbed the show, more or less. So yes, this is DinoZaurs. It ran in the US and presumably probably in Japan as well, in the year 2000. Meaning that this atrocity against CG animation was running concurrent with Beast Wars, or Beast Machines. I guess the end of Beast Wars and Beast Machines. The Wikipedia page says that this was actually animated by Sunrise. It was that...
Yeah, well, it's the standard Bandai partner. The regular Gundam connection.
Yeah.
Sell the toys, here's the show.
Yes. It shows as Wikipedia lists it as being released November 27th, 1998 through January 2000.
That's the Japanese version.
So that's...
No, that's the OVA series. Apparently there was 5 episodes of an OVA before the TV show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is shocking, and I cannot find any information about the OVA other than there was an OVA first.
Yes. In the US version of it, it did originally run from July 28th, 2000 to November 30th, 2000, which I will note means that it did not have the standard September new season, new show premiere schedule, so.
No, wait, isn't that the Japanese time? Wait, when the fuck was?
So yeah, it was released at the end of 98 in Japan and summer 2000 in the US. And it ran for a whopping, August, September, October, 4 months.
Just shovel those episodes out there, and then our shame can be over.
We can fail to sell these toys.
We're gonna put something else on in its place, like, I don't know, Zyber 9, or,
Highlander, the animated series.
that terrible Avengers cartoon, before anybody cared about the Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah.
The main character of that show was Hank Pym, everybody. Hank Pym!
No, not even the MCU wanted to do anything with Hank Pym.
No, well, they got Michael Douglas.
Yeah, eventually we did get something good out of it.
There actually, I'm trying to look it up on eBay, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of the toys listed on eBay, which may just be because they all broke immediately due to being made of translucent plastic and chrome.
Yeah.
Chipping and shattering, yes. There are some, they're not that, well, compared to Beast Wars and Beast Machines prices, they're not that expensive, really.
Well, no.
And they're also kind of huge, I remember.
They definitely ended up in the general assorted bin when I was selling off a lot of stuff to a vintage toy shop back in Columbus before I moved. I had Dino Stego, who I assume I bought on clearance, and I had Dino Terra because she was the girl, and at that point there were few enough girl toys that I just had to buy the girl action figures of any line. I had Mallory from the Mighty Ducks. Which I then ended up nearly 20 years later giving to a random friend of mine who I made who was really into the Mighty Ducks cartoon, as we have previously discussed. So yeah, I bought one because it was the girl and another one presumably because it was super cheap. So yeah, not a great toy line and also not a good show at all.
It's very generic kid vid toy anime.
Yeah,
it's very much of the era like Die Gunder and other anime that were brought over around that time, where it was clearly designed to sell toys and effort was put into it, but not much. Admittedly, it's not much of a difference from 80s American cartoons, but it's less, the tropes, the fun tropes we're used to from the 80s. It's different tropes from Japan that have gotten used over and over and over and over. Remember the Kremzik episode?
Yeah.
And how so many other cartoons had a Kremzik episode?
Yes.
Because David Wise liked to reuse that script.
Yep.
Yes.
Expand that to, all of Japanese aimed at children cartoons.
In fact, I'm going to say right off the bat, this is the worst thing we've ever watched for this podcast. We watched an episode of Energon, which was obviously not good, but I think that it just by the virtue of those toys just basically being Hasbro toys, and those were fairly well-crafted toys. That was at least nicer to look at than these dinosaur monstrosities.
Even the human characters, the human kids here, just, if you look at the character models and you're like, this is some kind of cheapo Saban Fox Kids garbage from approximately the year 2000. It looks like that sort of bargain bin Digimon / Pokemon sort of.
Well, yeah, I was about to, it's like that 2000 era when Pokemon was starting and Digimon. It's those kind of designs that are smooth and they got really spiky hair. But somehow these characters feel like they're the background characters of those shows. Like these are the second-rate versions of Digimon.
Yeah.
Which it really is.
But holy moly, that opening. This opening is definitely the worst. I would say, I don't know how this ranks around that one episode of the Omni Productions dub of Headmasters we watched. But it's definitely around there.
Headmaster.
It's very bad.
It's a bad song. Have you ever heard the One Piece American theme song?
Yo ho ho, I have indeed.
That's worse. It's bad, but it's charmingly bad.
I mean,
that One Piece thing, it hurts.
I remember seeing that. I think it was on after something else I was watching. I looked up and, wait, this is super popular? This can't be. This looks terrible.
It's wham bam, it's a dino jam, and that's in little Batman 66 bubbles on the screen. It's very
the
bad.
Visuals don't help.
No, they don't. I mean, the visuals of any aspect of the show do not help it at all.
No, but as far as American theme songs for anime, it's It's not the worst. It's definitely not the best. This is no cover of Iran, but
it's getting there. I will say, the one mark of quality here, like I said, you get sort of Saban at that time's, general, like, I don't know if they just had them all on contract or just had the studio on contract or what. But you do have Steve Bloom in this. You have, I'm just looking up their IMDb page for this series. You've got Richard Epcar, who did a bunch of stuff at the time.
I don't think Epcar is in this episode, but he's in the series somewhere. Isn't there like Wendy Lee in it?
Wendy Lee, she's the voice director for this, and I think she might be the mother or something.
Yeah, she's one of the characters. There's, I think you might have just been able to hear my cats chase each other through the background here. Darren Norris, Knockout, eventually shows up, but not in the episode we watched. I know it's Jason Spisak, who I mostly just know because he was Razor in Green Lantern, the animated series, the only good Green Lantern show thus far.
Well, he's playing the generic anime protagonist in this, and was also the generic anime protagonist on Robots in Disguise.
Yes. It's got Wally Wingert. Apparently it's got some uncredited Michael McConaughey. So it's...
All right.
Yeah, so they just, they got their usual crew in here. So that does include some people who were definitely, exciting up-and-comers as of the year 2000.
Well, you've also got Lenore Zahn, probably best known as Rogue on the Fox X-Men show, and who is now a federal Canadian politician.
Yes! I would vote for her. I would absolutely vote for her in a heartbeat.
But listen, this, like, even the dub and the work, it's very much feels like by contract. Like,
yeah,
this is This happened after Cowboy Bebop. The voice, this is Steve Bloom and Epcar. This is them slumming it for a paycheck.
Yeah, that doesn't pay all the bills.
Most dubbing jobs it's work.
Yeah.
But man, people cared about the Cowboy Bebop dub.
Yes. It was really good.
I mean, this is along the lines of...
To the point where the director in Japan prefers the American dub to Cowboy Bebop.
Ooh. I prefer the Omni dub of
that might
Headmasters to the original.
This is an Omni dub badge.
Yeah, as far as, people being too good for this goes, this is kind of Jennifer Lawrence still being in X-Men movies because she's still under contract to be in them, even though she has moved on.
Steve Bloom is Drago Wing, who is the very sort of Starscreamy kind of main villain.
Well, like when he first shows up, it's like, oh hey, they have a pterosaur. It's
yes.
Like, oh wait, is that Steve Bloom? Yes, that's Steve Bloom. That's Steve Bloom doing his villain voice, which actually I think his voice acting start was as a villain in something before he became the main character of everything around this time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Although I think it was right around this time that he also became Wolverine. Or wait, no, sorry, that was Scott McNeil.
No, that was Scott McNeil.
Yeah, Scott McNeil was first.
This is close.
He became Wolverine considerably later.
Yes. He was actually Wolverine, but considerably later.
Yes.
So yeah, the one redeeming... Okay, that's a lie. It's not redeeming it at all. It's absolutely insufficient to redeem it, especially considering how phoned in the entire performance is. And I wasn't paying real close attention towards the beginning, but by the end of the episode, at the very least, they stopped even bothering running that lip syncing software that they were using at the time.
Yeah.
I forget what the lip flap.
Start getting the speed racer thing going. So that's how phoned in this is. So it has a good voice cast, but it's really it's not worth watching for that. It's absolutely not.
No.
Anyway, so this is the premiere episode.
Yeah, so this is the premiere episode, the Dino Knights Revived. we begin with a bunch of generic dinosaur robot guys devouring the energy of a planet and the life force of that planet as presented as some sort of rainbow volcano.
It's a gay-cano.
Oh, gee,
This is a gay volcano.
There's a volcano shooting out life force energy. Where have we seen that before?
It's a volcano shooting out rainbows.
Is this how friends are created?
Yes. Yes, this is how friends are created.
I was going to call it a volcano.
I think that is much
rainbow.
better than anything that I came up with.
Well, my notes say the Pride volcano, but
Mine called it a gay-cano, but yeah, volcano is better.
Really, the animation of the volcano was kind of neat with the rainbow effect. And it made me think of Kimono Friends. It made me wish, wow, I wish I was watching Kimono Friends CG animation looks like high art compared to this stuff.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But then, like, my second thought is, like, you see these brown and sort of brass T-Rex looking skeleton weird design thing he's running around. And I noticed rather quickly, they have boobs.
Yeah, I was about to say, nobody really put a lot of thought into how this would look.
Not a good, like...
No.
These dinosaurs wearing breastplates that lift and separate.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I realized my eBay search was going so poorly because for some reason it had auto-corrected me to DinoZaurs Bandai, which was just getting me a lot of the Tick wearing his Dinosaur Neil t-shirt.
Apparently the original title for this, in Japan at least, was Dino Zone, which is a way better title.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's easier to Google.
I think zone is just is a cooler word than Zors.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was trying to look up on eBay yesterday, and every time it would autocorrect the dinosaurs, so I had to put in Bandai DinoZaurs to finally find something.
Yes, now it seems to understand.
But yeah, Dino Zone reminds me of Spiral Zone, which has a great opening. It's not a good show, but
yeah, I would say that Dino Zone sounds a little 80s for the American audience. It just has a very I don't know, yeah, Spiral Zone sort of. It just sounds 80s to me.
But it's Saban, like that matters. They had a show called VR Troopers. And Big Bad Beetleborgs, lest we
At
forget.
least that was those are at least memorable.
Yeah.
Yes?
They're dumb, but they are memorable.
That falls into when I was at Starbucks and I wanted to just act like I was making up all these names of actual authentic 90s kids TV shows. Samurai Pizza Cats. I clearly just made that up.
Superhuman.
Oh yeah,
Samurai
speaking of things your coworkers thought you were making up, I would rather watch Turbo Teen than this.
Yeah, I'm with you there, actually. I can agree with that.
I mean, that at least had a knockoff version of Huey Lewis's The Heart of Rock and Roll.
Okay, but that was maybe just there.
Whereas this, from the year 2000, would I guess have a knockoff version of Santana and Rob Thomas doing Smooth?
Oh my god.
Or
yes, but no.
Smash Mouth? Is this Smash Mouth times?
That's, I think, a little post-Smash Mouth.
I think Smash Mouth had filtered into the children's TV at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Turbo Teen is more disturbing, but its disturbingness is more academically interesting than this.
I mean, listen, if people were horrifically turning into these chrome and clear plastic dinosaur monstrosities, that would be more interesting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But I think that's a different show. Oh god.
Is that Dino Squad?
Yes. That was
YouTube tried to autoplay that for me
which
after.
I accidentally found while looking for this. I was like, Dino Squad? I didn't remember that existed. It was such cause I saw it, I was like, oh shit, it's Animorphs. What the crap?
I do kind of feel okay, more so in a minute here, but I was kind of maybe if we had, planned ahead a little more, we should have gotten one of our paleontology friends to come guest on this episode, just to point out the things that are not actually dinosaurs. And believe me, At the time, our paleontology friends were insufferable about what things were and were not actually dinosaurs in this toy line.
Well, they were and they still are, but this, like...
No,
we'll get to that.
Well, clearly we'll just have to do, dice next.
Specifically the ones who I know and still know, but who I knew back in 2000 when this toy line was coming out. They were insufferable concurrently with this toy line being released.
Yeah, we'll get to that because that'll be a whole discussion. There'll be a massive derailment. But it's Steve Bloom, pterosaur looking dude, leads these dinos. Right. They suck up energy from a planet.
He's Drago Wing, who's like apparently a prehistoric bat of some sort.
Is it actually prehistoric, or is he just a bat?
That's what Wikipedia tells me.
He's just a big bat that's part dragon. It looks like he's entirely made up. But they suck up the life of this planet. They leave, and then they go back to their leader, who's like Queen Beryl as a giant pair of eyes in a cave.
Yeah.
Diamond Ryugu.
Yeah, definitely that, like, Sailor Moon level of evil villainy of where you, like, just hide and you're like, or I guess... To bring it to Transformers, what was the name of that thing that the Decepticons and Master Force were taking orders from?
Is that Devil Z?
Yeah, Devil Z.
It's kind of.
And I was thinking of, was it Horde Prime? Like the guy who Hordak worked for?
Oh, yeah.
That too. There we go.
Yeah, it's like that big smoky glowing eyes. In a very similar kind of layer, although Hordak was like standing on a platform and this is sort of more shitty stalactite cave.
Yes. Just hiding off in your own little dimension.
They barely changed any of the names, because Drago Wings, Diamond Ryugyu is Daimon, not Diamond.
Well, according to Wikipedia, Drago Wings' Japanese name translates to Nightwing, which I guess must mean he has a great butt.
I mean, yeah. I would say yes, he probably has a pretty good butt. Just given the archetype of character he is. Which is, kind of Starscreamy.
Anyway, they're all, hey, that planet you drained of energy totally sucked. It's time for us to go to the planet with the most life energy in the universe, Earth.
Yes.
That's like, why do we need life energy? I don't know, we just do. I'm an evil overlord. It's what I do. I
mean, they do seem to, like, it's not like they're putting it in energon cubes or anything. They just this seems to be what they consume. So they're just looking for dinner.
So yeah, cut to Earth and cut to a big museum with a giant trilobite on it. The Dinoteria?
Yeah, I have friends who would absolutely live here, and B, trilobites are not dinosaurs.
This is true.
Well, there's a lot of things, but like, I will say, the design of that museum with the giant trilobite roof, best part of the show.
It's pretty neat. And it was apparently designed by one of our, okay, so you've got these 4 characters here. You have Mom, and then you have, like, a little boy, and then you have, like, a protagonist-aged boy. And then you have, like, this older guy, and I wasn't real clear whether he was the older brother, like, high school age brother, or if he was the dad.
I'm pretty sure he's the goofy dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, especially since you later see the mom and the dad, I think, like, she's romantically feeding him an ice cream cone.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, dinosaur events happen in the background, and she smushes it into his face comically.
I thought that was a different random couple, because didn't they have a dog?
I thought they had the kid with them, but maybe not.
That must have been when I was violently scribbling notes into my notepad.
Anyway, and we're also getting CG buildings with traditionally animated people here. So it looks like that 90s Spider-Man cartoon, but way worse.
Yeah.
I
this just looks super bad.
There are some pans of the city in Spider-Man Swing in that old show that look bad, but you're right. The designs clash more because of the color palettes, because it's very much like a Pokemon, Digimon color palette of the time. It's muted colors. There's not really hard blacks on characters. It's all soft. And then you have the backgrounds that are sort of these, like, garish gray highlights to dark tones. It does not look good together at all. They were not color balanced together.
Yeah. The thing with Energon, the way that the animation was, you know, you had your CG robots, but they were like kind of cel shaded a little, and they weren't quite they didn't stand out so aggressively. This literally just feels like, on a very basic level, like you are watching two different shows spliced together from scene to scene. Just the humans just do not feel like they're in the same show as the dinosaurs.
No. Anyway, so nobody cares about this guy being an architect, especially his loving family. The little kid just wants to see the dinosaurs. The wife just wants to see the dinosaurs. Our protagonist just wants to use what appears to be a Nintendo Switch-sized Tamagotchi or something.
It does appear to be a roughly maybe Game Boy Advance / Nintendo, maybe I'd say more maybe Switch-sized Digimon, like the actual Pocket
Digimon
Monster Digimon, which I believe those were also Bandai, weren't they?
Probably.
I think so.
The screen, because I actually had those contemporarily. I had a little gray one, and yeah, it's when you go when it shows the screen, it looks like he's feeding like a vaguely Agumon looking Pocket Monster on the screen, which normally they don't require the kind of attention this kid, like, and everybody's really shaming him for spending so much time playing with his devices. Like, I felt like that it was gonna be a plot point, like something was gonna come out of his little game or something, but no, he's just obsessed with playing his little handheld game, and everyone else is obsessed with shaming him for it.
That's what the kids are into these days, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's very kids these days.
The video games are always carrying them around.
I mean, to be fair, the point might be this is Bandai, and they would also like you to buy some Digimon.
Anyway, they're met by this tour guide who is, what is she? Dr. Naomi Abram, who has some sort of terrible half British accent.
Yeah, an accent that comes and goes.
It's definitely an accent.
Oh, core blimey, people, how's it going?
Which is very much a thing, like, dubs every once in a while try accents. Sometimes it works, but British accents, almost without fail, are always horrible in dubbing.
Well, I guess they tend to get voice actors. That's the, like, one accent that every voice actor thinks they can do, but most of them actually cannot.
Also, like, occasionally they'll actually get an actual British person. That doesn't happen often enough. But,
yes.
Because, I don't know, I guess the Canadians can sometimes pull it off, but, like, California and the Texas dub studios, they do not tend to do British accents well at all.
No.
And we have a fair number of British expatriates here, so you can find a British person around here.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're looking at these dinosaurs, or rather, 3 of these people are looking at the dinosaurs. One guy is looking at the video games. They eventually, they're even though there are many things in this Hall of Dinosaurs that are not dinosaurs.
Yeah, okay, now let's have the talk about the dubious archaeology.
Well, dubious paleontology.
Paleontology.
There's a mammoth. Those are very clearly not dinosaurs. Saber-toothed tigers, very clearly not dinosaurs. Pterodactyls are apparently not generally considered dinosaurs for some reason.
They're definitely not dinosaurs.
They're from the right
Any
time
of my
period,
friends listening to this are welcome to explain to me why they are not also dinosaurs, but they're
pterosaurs. Well, they're not technically. I mean, they're archosaurs.
Which is, like, the dinosaur branch broke off from lizards before the archosaurs broke off.
Well, I mean, dinosaurs are archosaurs of some sort, but
whatever, the lizard line.
Right, but the pterosaurs branched off before that. I mean, you can at least make an argument that they could be in there because they did live in the Mesozoic era.
Yeah, they were at the right time. Yeah, the other Zords from Power Rangers, the Mastodon and the Saber-toothed Tiger, really don't belong there, especially since they say they're Dino Knights later in the episode and claim that they've been asleep for 65 million years. How Mammoth and Saber-toothed Tiger existed that long ago? Why? Bad.
The big takeaway that I got from having insufferable paleontology friends in the year 2000 is that they were most offended by the I guess it's not so much that they were most offended by the Pteranodon as just that they felt at their, like, you know, age 20, 21, that it was very important to clarify to people that Pteranodon were not dinosaurs. Whereas mammoths, they can assume that you know that.
Yes.
But again, Saban, like, they're confusing.
And of course, not all of these dinosaurs were around 65 million years ago.
Yes.
The Brachiosaurus is a Jurassic dinosaur.
Yeah, that's from 80 million or so.
Considerably longer.
Oh yeah, it was like 120? I forget the barriers.
We're talking 150 million.
100? Jeez. I am bad on my dino times. I forgot it was that frickin' long.
So, in fact, the Tyrannosaurus lived closer to us than it did to the Brachiosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this guy's been cooling his heels for a long time, and likewise for the Stegosaurus, which is also a Jurassic dinosaur. Anyway, so, they eventually, they take a look at these dinosaurs, they leave, but then it turns out the small kid has left his hat behind, and much like in the climax of Goodfellas, it's his lucky hat, he can't go anywhere without it.
Yes, that's the very small child and not the protagonist-aged child.
Yes.
Yeah, and the small child with his silly hat made me just, I wish this had, like, a Ghost Stories level of stupid dub to make it interesting. Okay, maybe not with as many, questionable as fuck now jokes, but, Ghost Stories at least was trying something.
Yeah, I think really the only thing you could do with this is to just straight up "What's up, Tiger Lily?" it. Only presumably with less 60s racism.
Yeah.
I don't know if Digimon still does it, but the early seasons of Digimon were a little liberal with the dub and adding in their own jokes.
Yes.
Much to its improvement. Like, not Samurai Pizza Cats level, which is like the peak of just going off and fucking around, but this needs something more than the nothing it has.
Yeah. So anyway, he goes back and that tour guide is there and she's all, well, you know what, if you want to be stronger, maybe you should touch this dinosaur and then you'll become as strong as a dinosaur. Aren't you a scientist?
So, okay, A, there's that, and B, like, so are these not actually the real, because they don't let you touch the actual skeletons. If you get to touch it's a cast. It's like...
Well, as it turns out, these are like space robots.
Yes.
So that's the thing, is presumably, if these are actually space robots, then these are bones that were pulled out of the ground by actual archaeologists at some point, and therefore they are absolutely not the kind of bones you get to touch at the museum.
No.
Don't touch the exhibit. Anyway.
So anyway, he does this and, introduces himself as, I can't remember his name. Kaito.
Oh, Kaito. That's forgettable.
Kaito. It is super forgettable.
It's very forgettable. So he goes outside And these brassiere-clad dinosaurs are tearing apart the forest. There's just like a waterfall of rainbow-colored water coming out of a spring somewhere. Like, is this implying that all water is this life force? Or they can somehow see something in the water that people can't? Or is this just poorly thought out?
I think it's poorly thought out.
They didn't care.
No, they did not. So anyway, they're rampaging through the forest. Animals are dying. And it is finally time for the Dino Knights to wake up and talk very unconvincingly with their dinosaur heads.
Oh, yeah. Like, well,
this Brachiosaurus in particular, like the jaw is warping in a way that looks totally bizarre.
Yeah, the skeletons are all rubbery. I do not know why they didn't just have, like, just jaw flaps. That's all we need, guys. You don't need, like, these rubbery skeletons and, like, they have lips, but they don't because they're just a skull. It's, unsettling.
It's not good.
No.
It's so bad.
And all the force, and they only wake up because small child with boring name screams out while holding a little bird as if this was a Dragon Ball movie. And they gotta wake up Goku to fight the Tree of Might or nonsense.
Yes.
So they come out, they transform from fossils to their extremely toy-accurate bodies, which really just look like giant dollar store knockoffs.
Yeah, they really do.
The problem, yes, they look horrible, but like part of my brain is like, oh, the idea of adding translucent bits on dinosaur bones is a neat idea in concept, but as we can see in execution, it does not work at all. It's unsettling. I mean, the transparent bits are kind of neat, but then you got the bones. It's very weird. It's horrible. The transformations are ridiculously toy accurate. And kind of like bad version. Well, Beast Wars cheated a lot. This is too.
Yeah, I mean,
this is kind of like Energon in that. Oh yeah, that's exactly how the toy transforms. But it was all like as stock as possible. I was only amused by the fact that when the Brachio transforms, it has an axe of valor. It's a horrible pun, but it was like the one moment of the writer was trying in this episode, or the translator was trying. And then when they're all transformed, they stand in not quite an even line, and it does the worst ever Bad Boys style spin around camera trick I've ever seen, because it's like, it keeps adjusting height and distance to zoom in on everyone's faces while it's spinning around all of them, and it made me a little queasy.
Oh. Yeah. Shit indeed just got real. I also want to point out here that the mammoth has the tusks of vigor, which I'm pretty sure are the sketchy dick pills you can get at a gas station.
$5 a pack.
And yeah, nobody has everybody's name is Dino Tyranno, Dino Brachio, Dino Tricera.
Yeah.
Dino Mammoth.
Which, literally no. Literally no, you are not a Dino Mammoth.
Dino Saber. Admittedly, Dino Saber is kind of a cool name, but it does not make sense.
No. Also, Dino Saber has a really, like, hot roddy, like, Cyberverse hot rod voice.
And nobody even gets like they do not do a good job of even establishing who these guys are.
No.
These are just action figures tossed into this.
Yeah, because like they're introducing, like 6 or 7 of them all at once in the first episode who just happen to be in the same museum, gathered all over the world together. It's like, oh, we put all the knights together because our paleontologists fucking knew this was going to happen. Why? It should have been like, if you're going to have like 2 or 3 of the Dino Knights and build from there. But no, we gotta have all the toys in the first episode. Why? You don't have all the humans in the episode. There's human characters yet to be added.
And, I mean, as clunky as like a Bob Budiansky or first episode of Beast Wars intro dump is, at least it gives you something to latch on to. Like, this guy's the goofy kid. This guy's kind of the easygoing big guy.
Yeah, a couple of them have character
This
traits.
guy is the rat trap.
Yeah. No, this is just, here you go. Like I said, it absolutely feels like the toys came first.
Mm-hmm. So there is a very uninteresting fight here. Maybe the only interesting thing is that Dino Stego has like a weird spinny rib cage thing on the front of his torso.
Yeah, he has
and it was
gimmick.
kind of a fun little action feature on the toy that I had.
Oh, and the pterodactyl girl whose personality is the girl has a boomerang, and she gets the exact same scene you see in everything when somebody has a boomerang. It's, oh ho, you missed me with your boomerang. And then it hits them in the back of the head.
Yeah.
You know, come to think of it, I might have kept her toy. I'll have to see if I can dig that up.
Take photos.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Well, no. How many pieces is it in now?
Oh, and I forgot to mention that Dino Tyranno, the leader, is Kim Strauss, who was also Ultra Magnus on Robots in Disguise, and one of the greatest Power Rangers characters of all time, Ninjor, the robot ninja who inexplicably sounds like Dudley Do-Right.
Oh, yeah, Ninjor. Like, what they did with Ninjor was weird, but it worked, which is a lot about Power Rangers. It kind of works by accident.
My favorite part of this whole sequence with them like transforming and then fighting the generic dinosaurs is the kid like saying things like they're the coolest, just really unconvincing.
Yeah.
I was like,
boy, if these guys had action figures, I would definitely buy them.
It's just those little interjections from him to let you know, in case you hadn't caught on yet, that what's going on is super awesome.
Anyway, the evil, goon dinosaurs are just drinking from this fountain, and their jaws are moving very unconvincingly. Well, I guess the poor voice actors are just kind of making noises.
Yeah, not good.
And also, they all keep saying Dino Tyranno, but it just sounds like they're saying Dino Toronto.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, yeah, we're going to Dino Toronto.
I would totally go to Dino Toronto.
And I guess these guys can't even transform. They're just dinosaurs.
Yeah,
who get their asses immediately kicked.
They're just cheap recolors of the good guy Tyranno in more muted colors.
Yeah, so I guess these guys weren't even toys?
Presumably not, unless they were like a
No, I don't think
lucky draw kind of thing.
Oh my god, that's the least lucky draw ever.
Oh, that is an unlucky
because
draw.
They're just like
Army build.
They're just like mud colored.
Yeah,
they're not even good looking.
They are poop colored.
Yes.
Yeah,
they really are.
I started like during the fight paying attention. It's like, oh, the Tyranno's red, of course, is the leader. And then I was looking, oh wait, are the rest of them the same color as the Power Ranger Zords? It's like, oh, the Tyranno kind of has pink wings, but then it kind of breaks down after that because the Mammoth isn't, and nothing else quite is. Well, the Triceratops is blue, but
there just isn't a lot of visual interest here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they are sent packing. They just they don't even get destroyed or anything, which they could because these are just goons.
Yeah.
They're robot dinosaurs. You can blow them up.
They're Viacons of the show.
Give me something.
But less interesting Viacons.
Yeah, and they just teleport away to run away, and the Dino Knights go back to the museum. And previously that tour guide had swore she saw them moving, so she brings in her boss, who has hair that I can only describe as, it's like if somebody had a high top fade, but it was also a powdered wig.
It's got a little ponytail in the back.
And like a powdered wig.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like if Kid and Play were founding fathers.
Yes. And this is the point where they definitely stopped even bothering to run the software to match up the lips.
Yeah, they just didn't bother.
And it's here that we find out that tour guide is, I guess, going to be like a recurring character in the mold of that one woman on Robots in Disguise who was constantly trying to have her car molested.
Oh, yes. She's the best character. I can't remember what her name was, but like...
is it Kelly?
Junko in Japanese, and I forget what she was in the dub.
I want to say
it was
Kelly.
I think it was Kelly.
The running gag worked for her because she had her car chased by other cars, or her car was a transformer that left her on the side of the road. But I can't imagine it working as well in this. It's like paleontologist comes in every other day and her dinosaurs are missing, and she freaks out and no one believes her. That's less of a good gag, unless she sees them running around town. But still, that's it works better with cars because you can have different kinds of cars.
Yeah. And then we cut back to our villains, and it's the usual. Curse you failed again, fake Starscream.
Someday he will be a real Starscream. Someday.
It's like, oh well, we'll be back to fight them every weekday.
And then
only until we run out of episodes.
He trails off in like the beginning of a Starscream speech, but doesn't get to the point.
Yeah, it's just like, and then end of episode.
Yes, once we conquer the Earth.
Oh my god!
Then,
so is he actually?
He might be a Starscream.
Is he actually a Starscream who doesn't say his plans out loud?
At least not in this episode.
Wow. Good job. Good self-control there. They don't usually have that much self-control.
No.
And, that is the episode. This is terrible. There is no reason to watch this.
No.
I am absolutely going to put a link to
the entire
or maybe just inline this video. So this video was on YouTube. And we are it's going to be on the website. So if you two would like to
not
endure
recommending watching it, but if you want to, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
If you really hate yourself.
I mean, I've seen worse things. You're right. I don't think I've seen worse things for this show.
So if you really want to kill 23, 24 minutes, go to iaconunderground.net, and the post will have the show attached.
This might be the worst.
If you two want to point out that trilobites are not dinosaurs.
Yeah, well, they don't say the trilobites are dinosaurs, but although Dinotarium is a horrible name, it's a museum, it's something better. This might be the worst thing I've seen involving dinosaurs, maybe. The worst TV, I only saw a couple episodes of a later brought over to tell toys thing, Dinosaur King, that wasn't good. But at least they were trying to make them look like actual CG dinosaurs instead of these weird toy pieces of shit.
I'm going to say this is the worst thing that I have seen with dinosaurs, and I have seen Tammy and the T-Rex. That is a
bad, stupid movie.
That is a movie in which a pre-famous Denise Richards plays a girl whose boyfriend, played by a pre-famous Paul Walker, gets his brain put into a robot Tyrannosaurus.
Yeah,
that does sound pretty bad.
Museum Tyrannosaurus.
It's very bad.
Barely animated. That's longer, so I say that's worse.
It's like one of those animated Tyrannosaur, robotic dinosaurs that you used to see in museums.
It's exactly that. They just truck it around.
And I guess the deal was, they had this animatronic Tyrannosaurus. And they
wanted to do something.
Guy said, okay, so this is getting shipped to a museum in 2 weeks, but in that 2 weeks, can you make a movie with it? And they did.
And it's not good. That I would say is worse because it's longer. But even what is it? Attack of the Super Monsters, or aka Dinosaur War Eisenborg, which is a combination of Godzilla-style men-in-suit monsters and animation that meshes possibly worse than this. That's at least more entertaining for the pure madness value, and it has a goofy dub. But
well, now I'm just thinking of Dinosaur War Heisenberg, in which Walter White pays for his cancer treatments by cloning dinosaurs.
I would watch that so hard.
That'd be better than Breaking Bad, but I don't think you could.
I'm a fan of this.
Stretch the idea as many seasons.
They're just cloning dinosaurs in an RV.
Yeah.
Is oh, I forget his first name. Giancarlo still in it?
Well, of course, he'd be like,
yes.
He'd be like the bad guys in Lost World 2, so he was trying to get the dinosaurs for his own purposes.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, I fund this.
Gus. You need that.
More Gus.
But almost literally anything would be better than this.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of any show that I've watched, like any like kid show that I watched for any length of time that was notably worse than this.
I forgot to point it out at the time, but their mouths on their faces are not like, on their robot faces are not like actual, like, they're just silver. Like, it's like a T-1000 thing. It's terrifying.
And sometimes they don't even move.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Like sometimes the mouths move, sometimes they
It
don't.
is unforgivable how this is like 5 years after Beast Wars.
It's
and this is this bad.
That this was running concurrently. Like, conceivably, this could have been on. In fact, I'm pretty sure. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure this was like an hour after Beast Machines. Like, it was Beast Machines, and then Flint the Time Detective, and then this.
Ooh, that was maybe not good, but that's definitely a better show.
I had a very cute plush pteranodon from that show. But yeah, it was on like within the same block of programming as Beast Machines, and it looked this bad. So that would probably be why it was only on for 4 months. It's just not good.
Just trying to find a Fox Kids schedule from this time period, but I can't seem to find one. Alas.
Ooh.
It does look like this was on the same time as Digimon.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Digimon was always on.
And I think maybe incredibly bizarre Canadian-Brazilian cartoon Cyber 6.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
I mean, that show is great, but it's also completely insane that it was ever broadcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just looking at toys. It doesn't seem to have made it over into the character model that I noticed, but the toy of the mammoth has like a really distressingly like racist black guy caricature face.
Oh dear.
No.
I'll have
Japan,
to at least.
No.
Yeah. we're talking
Stop doing that, Japan.
some Barrett level stuff here. I'm gonna give you guys a link to this at the very least, but yeah.
Barrett has nuance.
Yeah.
Okay, so, in the year 2000, these shows were being broadcast by Fox Kids. You had Action Man.
2000.
In the year 2000.
Sorry.
You had Action Man, which was a mainframe show, which was the project that Marty Eisenberg and Bob Skier did after Beast Machines.
Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about Action Man.
Just the British, and I think like South America.
Yeah.
Beast Machines, Big Guy and Rusty the Boy Robot.
Ooh.
I'd forgotten about that.
That was a good show.
I had to find bootleg DVDs of that.
Digimon.
Which season of Digimon? The original?
It doesn't. It looks like it was season 2.
Okay, so
I love season 2.
That's a lot of people like the next series, Tamers. Tamers is better.
It didn't have Ken.
I'm the outlier.
Only Ken matters.
DinoZaurs. Escaflowne.
Whoa!
Ooh! More Scott
That's
McNeil
right.
voice acting.
I think
I
think they didn't show the entire thing in the US, but they
No,
did
they
show it
didn't
in
finish it.
Canada, so I saw the whole thing.
I forgot they did a kid-appropriate dub of that.
I'm not sure they even made it to 10 episodes in America.
Wow.
Oops.
Flint the Time Detective, which I have never heard of.
I only even remember it because I
Anime
had
goofy
to...
for little kids, it's fine.
I only really remember it because I had to look up where that toy pterodactyl I had came from a couple years ago when I was eBaying stuff.
You've got Kong, the animated series.
Ooh.
A thing I forgot.
Speaking of Scott McNeil,
Mm-hmm. We're always speaking of Scott McNeil here.
in fact, Scott McNeil and the main villain was David Kay,
Ooh.
just doing a Megatron voice.
Nice.
Monster Rancher.
Oh yeah, also Scott
yes.
McNeil.
As a talking sperm.
NASCAR Racers.
Yes.
NASCAR, what? More things I've forgotten, presumably for good reason.
That's very 80s.
That one might have also had... No, that one also had Scott McNeil, and the lead was Ian James Corlett.
Aha! Nice.
Also in it, Richard Newman.
Ooh. They do tend to work in packs.
Yes. As well as Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, Power Rangers Time Force, and Spider-Man Unlimited.
Ooh, Power
That one where
Rangers.
he was on the planet of animal people.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Oh yeah,
I don't think I
the
watched
Far
that.
Side of the Earth or Far Side of the Sun series. That's when I stopped watching that because it got bad.
Yeah.
Like, it went too neon,
Mm-hmm.
and the writing just went downhill.
Also went neon.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was concurrent with significantly, in fact, substantially better shows.
Yeah. And yeah, that is it for DinoZaurs. We'll be back next week with an actual cartoon produced by people who were paying attention to what they were doing.
Yay!
But of course, until then, you can find us all over the internet. We are on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and we have a Patreon.
Yep, we are hosted on iaconunderground.net, where, like I said, you can go to watch this if you feel like hurting yourself. And we have Patreon set up for that at patreon.com/iaconunderground. For this month's episode, you can hear us talking about Star Wars Sheev fucks.
And what are we doing in February? Well, that may be up to you. Send in your suggestions. We're always listening.
Yep, we are on Twitter at iaconug.
So, of course, you can join us again next week when we'll be looking at the first episode of Transformers Rescue Bots.
Yay! Also has dinosaurs, as it turns out.
That is correct. But unlike this show, we do not need to be rescued from it.
That is correct.
So, but that show is just for little babies.
Aww. I would say from the first 5 minutes, apparently not.
Well, no, it's a thing.
So until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Dino Jen.
Oh, I keep forgetting to do that.
I'm Dino Dave.
It's for the best that
DinoZaurs.
it's for the best that you forget.
Yeah, sadly we don't have anybody named Neil on the show.
Alas.
Oh, we should have watched that episode instead.
We should have watched
Maybe.
literally anything rather than this episode. We should have watched test footage.
No,
I
mean,
remembered it
there
was
are worse
bad, but I
things,
didn't
but, like-
remember that it was that bad. Like, I remember at the time we thought it was garbage, but I don't remember it being like
it somehow aged even worse. It's amazing.
It
absolutely no redeeming value.
No. To sell to
like Turbo Teen is horrible, but it's hilarious and disturbing.
Yeah. At least,
I mean the best we could say about this is like Steve Bloom got a paycheck.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. Pay that mortgage, Steve Bloom.
Turbo Teen kind of existed as like art for its own sake.
Like outsider art.
What? Are you saying what? Like John Waters directed an episode?
Oh gosh, John Waters Turbo Teen.
That would have been perfect.
Actually,
actually,
the idea of John Waters directing a cartoon is horrifying, but I probably won't.
All right, I'm gonna stop the recording.
Right. Yep, as will I. Okay,